college basketball analysts in the country, and I think, please. Honestly, I think a case can be made for anybody who watches sports on a regular basis that he may very well be the best analyst in sports. Does a phenomenal job. And with that, Jay Bilas. Jay, first of all, you felt compelled to be here. I'm very impressed.
Well, I want to say thank you to all the Maryland fans for being so kind. So many people came up to me and said, you're my all-time favorite Duke player, which leads me to believe I really sucked as a player. But the reason I'm here is because of Gary. I've known Gary for a long time. I actually played when I was a player in the ACC. We played the NCAA tournament against Boston College when Gary was the coach. It was second round. They wound up beating us at the end of the game, and I don't think that counts. I don't think that counts in the Williams versus Krzyzewski. I don't think they've ever put that game in there, have they?
It's funny, if you hadn't mentioned that Boston College beat you, I'm sure that Coach Williams gets the mic at the end of the night. You're very well aware of that. You actually got a chance. I'm not going to ask you see him coach as an analyst every year, all year, but you actually had a chance to coach against him on a trip overseas. Tell us about that.
Well, we went over to the Middle East a few years ago for something called Operation Hardwood, and it was a group of college basketball coaches, and I was involved in it. Tubby Smith was with the group, Tom Izzo, Rick Barnes. It was an unbelievable group of coaches. And Gary, we each had a team, and a team of U.S. service men and women, and we competed in a tournament. So we were there about a week, and we lived with them, we ate with them, we coached them, we worked with them. And Gary's team, most of his players were soldiers from the state of Wisconsin. And I had a chance to get to know a couple of them, and you wouldn't have believed the reaction he got from those soldiers. Gary spent an enormous amount of time with them, put his heart and soul into it, like he does with everything. And I think you can tell from not only all the players that have come back for this, but the way they speak about him, how they feel. And one of the soldiers that played for Gary, I had a meal with them, and I said, how do you like playing for Gary? And I was kind of hoping he would tell me some stories in the huddle about something he blew up over or something he said. And the guy kind of got teary-eyed, and he said, I love Gary Williams. He says, I'd take a bullet for him.
Great.
When you think about what those young men have been through, and what the sacrifices they made, and then how they felt about playing for Gary, and they said, he doesn't have to be here. He says, USO shows come in, they blow out of here. And he says, he lives with us, he eats with us, he coaches us. And when that guy said, I'd take a bullet for him, I've never heard anybody say anything like that about anybody.
Remarkable. Well, Jay is also going to join us.